Today, YTD travels the globe, trying snacks from 3 different countries across the pond. Our foreign policy is expansionism of our waistlines. The time for diplomacy has passed. It's a snack invasion. You tried it! You Tried Dat. I'm Nick Norrick, the pal Shad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
Boys, we're heading back to the old mailbag.
Yes.
Ooh, fish one out for me.
The fans have been asking for it. They haven't been asking questions, but they've been asking for the mailbag.
Mailbag.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I guess the question was, when are you going to go back to the mailbag? That was the fan question.
I went down to the local orphanage the other day, and they were like, Sir, do you have a mailbag? A mailbag to spare? And I was like, I do not. Ask a question for the mailbag.
Hi, Nick and Chad. What is a movie or TV show you saw when you were way too young to have seen it? Thanks.
Well, Novak, we've covered this for you. Debbie Does Dallas, or whatever that was.
I did. When I was like 6 or 7 years old, had a babysitter named Al. He was like the local, he was like a senior, I think, in high school. And would just watch my dad's VHS porn while babysitting us.
Fucking
After
hell.
you went to bed or before he put you to bed?
This was flat out 1 p.m. My dad was at work.
Little afternoon crank job. I like it.
Afternoon delight.
I could tell you at 6 years old, I was more mature and prepared to watch children than Al was. I should have been in charge.
You came out and called Al's mom, like, Al was looking at the porn again.
It's the only thing I remember about Al, besides it's very weird that I have this memory that he was watch the porn, and I was very confused of what was going on in the porn. And then there was some cartoon that we watched one time where a person in it said, "Yoo-hoo," and Al for weeks straight yelled "Yoo-hoo." I could just picture this guy watching porn yelling "Yoo-hoo."
Pretty lady.
You don't know what cartoon it was, though? You can't picture the
It was
cartoon.
some black and whitish old cartoon, an old Disney thing
Steamboat Willie or some shit.
Yeah, somewhere between Steamboat Willie and today, there was some old you know how the old cartoons had cows that just had the jangliest limbs that were just flinging all over the place.
Was he actually watching porn, or was he just cranking it to Steamboat Willie?
Yeah.
A jangly cow. Yeah, cow, jangle those legs for me. Like that.
Jangly cow.
No characters in cartoons had bones between 1945 and 1955.
Bone animation has come a long way.
Yeah. Was he... No, what was... Okay, I have many questions about you watching porn as a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Was he wasn't cranking it, though, right? He was just watching it.
No, he was not cranking it. And actually, he would have a girlfriend over sometimes, and they would be watching.
Watching it
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, they were.
Was he getting head or something? No?
I'd be
Go
I
Al.
gotta go shoot hoops.
I'll be outside. You enjoy your movie
He didn't
film.
try to keep you out of the room, and he made no effort to stop you.
No,
from seeing it.
I don't think he probably made much of an effort, thinking
To
I was even
babysit?
around.
Doesn't sound like he. It sounds like he was getting paid to do what he was doing at home anyway.
I have a vivid image of this, and it's a sunny, July day.
And he's just closing all the curtains so he can watch some porn. Go outside, it's a nice day, kid. And you didn't tell your dad then, I assume.
No.
Or your dad would not have hired him again.
Probably. I'm not sure if Al was working. My dad said Al could come over and babysit and have any food in the fridge, but he wasn't going to pay him. Al's probably that's fine, that's cool.
Oh, the payment was the porno. I see.
It might have been.
Look, I'm not going to give you any money, but you can come over and crank it to my collection if you want, all right? Just make sure you put on a jangley cow every now and then, so it looks like you're actually taking care of my kid.
His Pornhub search is just like BJ, BBW, jangly cow.
Hey, so what'd you guys watch today? And then Al looks at me and like makes a slashing across his neck motion, and I was like, jangly cow, jangly cow.
He just starts moving his arms, waving them like there's no bones in them. You know what to say, kid. Yoo-hoo!
Do you guys have something that sticks out that you watched? Like, obviously, probably nothing like that, but it was there.
Nothing like that. I watched Arachnophobia way before I think my brain was ready for it, and I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, but the only part I really remember is they're sitting on a toilet, and some spiders like come up out of the toilet. And I would not sit on a toilet for like a year. I would like hover over the toilet, like looking down while I was like taking a shit and stuff. That terrified me. And to this day now, I think maybe this is the reason, or maybe it's just who I am, but I don't like scary movies at all.
Oh. Arachnophobia. You soiled many a pant.
Yeah.
Arachnophobia.
Yeah. So
you didn't like human janglipede, where it was just a bunch of jangly arm guys all sewn to each other's assholes.
I also remember I was like, let's see, when did it come out? Whatever Pulp Fiction came out, 1994 or something like that. So I was like 15 maybe. And I remember I wanted to go see it, but like I wasn't 18, right? So I couldn't get a ticket to an R-rated movie. So I think I was with my mom, and she just told me like, all right, I'll get you, just get a ticket to a different movie, and like you could sneak in, or maybe I just decided to do it. I don't know why. It doesn't seem like something my mom would tell me to do, but for some reason I have my memory of my mom telling me to do that. So I got some ticket to a different movie, and then like snuck into Pulp Fiction, and I'm like, all right, I need to sit next to somebody to make it look like I'm their kid. So that like if because I'm like the ushers are gonna come around and they're gonna like catch me and kick me out. So it's like, there's not that many people in the theater because it's like it had been out for a little while. And I found like, there's like this, I remember there was like this big, like redneck looking guy that like, he is like I remember him being a very large and hairy man wearing like a trucker hat and a flannel. And I was like, all right, I'm going to sit next to him. And he like gave me this look when I sat down next to him, like, what the fuck are you doing sitting directly next to me when there are many open seats in this theater? And it was so awkward.
Hello, sir. Yoo-hoo.
You're going to sit right there. You're going to have to do that jangly arm for me. Well, excuse me? Earn your seat, boy.
Get that jangly arm into my jangly pants. Yeah, he definitely.
And then you jerked him off during Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. He definitely was very uncomfortable with me next to him, and I could sense it, and I was uncomfortable sitting next to him. Yeah, totally fair. So about like a third of the way through the movie, when I realized like, oh, none of the people that work at this movie theater, these high school kids, give a shit that I'm here. So I like got up and moved like 3 or 4 seats down or something to give us some space. But,
yeah, I famously was not allowed to watch anything growing up, not even non-scary. Like I didn't see Star Wars till high school, and then when I saw it, I'm like, what was the problem with this? Like,
they do kill millions of people when they blow up.
But it's like sci-fi kill, like, oh, force choke, you're done, or like it's not like there's any like space
sci-fi
boobs
kills
and shit.
Don't count.
My favorite of your stories you can't watch is He-Man.
Yeah.
and He-Man saying, "I have the power," was He-Man saying he was more powerful than Christ.
Yeah, it was very, very weird. I eventually got to watch He-Man. That was fine, but yeah, like the Ninja Turtles cartoon was too violent for a while. I'm like, it's just. He says cowabunga and he punches a guy. It's not like Michelangelo's like drawing and quartering Bebop or something. Let's calm down. So
you're like, what are these sharp corners in their arms and their joints?
I was like, This isn't jangly enough. This isn't.
Why do these turtles have skeletal structure?
And Michelangelo had full control of his limbs. But like, yeah, I didn't get. So I think the first like. I remember I definitely went over to my friend's house and I watched Ghostbusters when I wasn't supposed to.
Mhm.
Like, my mom wouldn't have been cool with that, but like, it's not really a scary movie. You know what I mean? I don't really think it's something like.
When you're really little, it's a couple scary spots, like the ghost in
Yeah.
the beginning and stuff.
I probably didn't even realize Dan Aykroyd was getting a beach. Like,
You're like, why does he have this grin on his face? Is it because Slimer's using a lot of teeth, or what's happening?
I remember this babysitter came over named Al, and I came in and he just kept rewinding the Dan Aykroyd beach scene from Ghostbusters. He was like, "You who?" But I remember, I think in high school, I was like a freshman, so I wasn't like whatever you had to be, like 16 or 17 to watch like an R-rated movie or whatever. So I don't remember what movie I said we saw, but we snuck into The Relic. It's a terrible like horror movie, like Tom Sizemore and stuff.
Mhm.
And like I thought I was going to get caught, so I remember like trying to make sure I knew what the other movie was supposed to be about. My mom asked, so Mom, if you're listening, fucking gotcha. But that's not really all that. It's high school.
All to see the relic.
Yeah, I know. A lot of rearrangement to see the fucking
Geiger,
relic.
the joke's on you on that one, I think.
It was about Dame Judi Dench. She's old.
Your mom was sitting in the seat behind you in the movie and just leaned into your ear and was like, "You who?"
I went and sat next to her. Like, can you pretend to be my? Oh shit, Mom, it's you.
This is my favorite movie. Mom looked Tom Sizemore.
I looked over. Like Al was taking my mom on a date to the Relic. I was like, what the hell?
I gotta see what old Al's up to these days.
Probably dead if I had to guess.
Still, hey Al, what's up? You're still babysitting, or what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, this porn ain't gonna watch itself. You know?
I just tell the parent to leave their phone behind.
Just leave their computer open. Give me their browser's password before they go.
Nick's in his bedroom watching Jangly Cows. I'm watching Jangly Cowgirl.
All right. Let's eat the snacks.
Help yourself to any porn on the laptop.
There's snacks in the fridge. A bunch of fresh
So,
downloads.
All porn. Yeah.
Porn station.
Help yourself to any porn that's on the internet. I've got it over there in the computer. All right.
That's on the internet. Stacks of porn just on the internet if you want to go peruse it.
You just go over to the computer. There's a folder there that says "Don't open it." You open it. It says "This means you." Then you open that. It says "Jangly Cow." Open that one. There's
If you scroll down all the bukkake photos, you'll find Jangly Cow.
There's a bunch of Jangly Cows just drenched in jizz at the bottom. Still images, which is still the weirdest thing about that whole thing.
It's under the Bukowski folder. They just milk all over each other's face.
All right. Three
Okay,
snacks.
moving on.
5-point
We're
scale.
eating stacks now.
Love that. Like that. Indifferent to that. Dislike that. Hate that. Let's start with the Konti Bonjour. This one is from Ukraine.
You said that with a proper bonjour. The bonjour. Not even going to try.
Well, it's Ukrainian, so I'm not sure how.
It's Ukrainian?
Yeah, I looked it up. This Konti company is Ukrainian.
Looks good. I gotta be honest, this looks good.
It does look good. It's it just says dessert classic. It's kind of like a tiny moon pie looking feeling kind of shape.
What are the layers? Okay, so there's some kind of cookie on the bottom, and then a cream on top, and then it's coated in chocolate. But I don't know what the
What is
flavor.
the flavor?
Yeah, what is the flavor of the cream?
It's toffee cream, if you read the back, I think.
Is it?
It almost smells like it could be coffee-ish.
I was going to say it's a coffee, not toffee. Like, I smell and taste.
It tastes like toffee to me, but
Where do you see that right down here?
It does say toffee cream in the ingredients, yeah.
in the ingredients, it's like in the big English section.
Foamy sugar product on loose short pastry. and toffee cream covered in cocoa-based coating. A loose short pastry. Al had some loose shorts.
Yeah. He tossed his foamy sugar product into a loose pastry while he watched porn.
My brother would have been like 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he was like, I seem to remember him trying to act like he was a bit cooler and like could handle the porn.
I've seen it before. It ain't nothing new.
Yeah. I mean, I know how to make love to a woman. It's cool.
All right, Geiger. What do you think?
A little underwhelming compared to what I was expecting, but still pretty good. I think I'm just not a big toffee guy. I would have preferred a coffee flavor. Toffee was just a little off for me, but I think the chocolate's fine. I like that kind of consistency of the cream. It was like a little springy, like a marshmallow, but not quite a marshmallow. I don't know, that didn't really explain it, but I had it like it was soft, but it was kind of creamy still. And the cookie was not bad, so it's a solid like that. I thought it would be a little better, but I did enjoy it.
Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in this one. I guess there's no coffee in it, but it smells and tastes just the tiniest bit of that ilk. This is the type of candy that could be like a real home run, but something about the flavors just it's not kind of working for me. I don't know what it is, but I do like the consistency, like where their head was at. But I think they need to go back to the drawing board with some of these ingredients. This is a pretty low level indifferent to that for me.
Yeah, I'm right with Chad. I was kind of torn between indifferent or dislike.
Yeah, same.
I do think I like the cream in the top half. I do think it's tasty. And it's just not a flavor I like Chad said, but I don't think it's like poorly done. If you would, I could see somebody really enjoying it. Not for me. I'm going to give it an indifferent to that. A like and 2 indifference. It's a reasonable score that could win you some Fs. Let's see. Let's go next to the Smirk.
Now this is basically a Snickers, yes?
That's what it looks like.
Can we just say what a great name this is? It's like basically just a knockoff of snickering and smirking instead.
Yeah.
Pretty fantastic.
Milk chocolate, peanuts, caramel, and nougat.
This one, when I looked it up, said it was from... It said Spain, product of Spain, but this writing does not look.
My chocolate has very much bloomed.
Yeah, this would go good with a Yoo-hoo.
Where'd you get these from? These aren't from. You bought these. They're not from Galactic Snacks.
No, they're from a Eastern European store near me.
Spain, classic Eastern European country.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It only said Spain online, but look at the writing. I can't tell what writing that is.
Just a bunch of gobbledygook.
Or just a different language, but yeah. It's not American, I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even like letters we're familiar with.
Where are you looking? I see letters all over
We don't
this
speak
thing.
the language. I get it, Novak.
Chocolat au lait. I mean, like
Under the tab, under the like pushover part.
Yeah, that's some.
oh, that's some serious gobbledygook.
Yeah, that is some fucking binary code right there. I don't know what that is.
All right, Chad. It's a Smirk bar. What do you think?
Well, it's an uphill battle for the Smirk because
Why?
a Snickers is one of my go-tos, right? It's one of my favorite bars. It's a loved at. I cannot help but compare this to a Snickers as I eat it, right? It's the same thing that happens when we eat like Justin's peanut butter cup or something, and you're just like, well, it's not a Reese's. That said, I think it is tasty. It tastes good. It is missing something, a little je ne sais quoi. Maybe just like if the writing was in all English, it would be better. But there's just something a little missing here. The aftertaste isn't quite hitting exactly the way I want it to, but it is still a good bar. I'm gonna settle on a like that for this one.
It is missing something. A little, how do I say, xenophoba.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like they took the Snickers and you maybe smashed it down a little bit. Like it's a more condensed version of
It's
a
not
Snickers.
as sweet as Snickers, I feel like it's missing some sugar.
But it is very, very close to a Snickers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just like the generic version of it.
Yeah.
Like if there was like, I think we tried the like Walmart versions of all these things.
Right.
this is sort of like that. But it's hard to take those very good combination of ingredients and make it taste that bad. I think it's still pretty tasty. I'm going to give it a second like that. Geiger?
Yeah, it definitely is trying to be a Snickers. Its biggest failing that they didn't just fucking write the ingredients in American. Can we just be honest?
Mm-hmm.
You come at the king, you best not miss. And by the king, I mean USA, which is number one. Okay?
I'm a little more number 2 lately, but
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. I don't know. It's an indifferent. It's fine. I am with Chad in that you can't help but compare it to a Snickers. It doesn't taste bad. I don't know, the proportions are a little off. I think at least for mine, it felt like there was more like peanut than like a regular Snickers. But I could just be looking for and the caramel wasn't as like gooey and it's just like a little off, but it tastes good. I'm torn actually between another like that because what the fuck, it's just a candy bar. But I will stick with an indifferent. I think it was fine.
you do like the Bonjour more.
I did like the Bonjour.
Or Bonjour.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Smirk slightly in the lead. I did look up. I did find Al here online. Looks like he is Trump's new Secretary of Agriculture. So.
And he spends his days in the Oval Office watching porn. You're supposed to be babysitting America's crops.
You do a lot about cows.
Yeah,
Jangly cows, more specifically.
He was overseeing the livestock production of jangly cows. I was the one that suggested the cows have bones. While he's watching VR porn in his office, just jacking it.
All right. What your guy watching VR porn impersonation you did what looked like fucking like Stevie Wonder looking around.
Well, you're wearing a big headset.
What was he looking at?
Well, titties.
Boobs to the left and the right of him?
Yes.
Just all over?
Boobs to the left of me. Vaginas to the right. Here I am. Yeah, no, it's...
Stuck in the middle with Al.
Well, you got a jangly cow and he's trying to jerk your dick and I do.
Put him on the VR glass.
All right, Geiger.
Real quick, though, got a little bonus segment before
Oh, boy.
we get started. We might cut this one out. But it is...
We never do. We always wish
We've
we
never
had.
cut anything people thought we should cut.
This one, maybe we should cut this one. But it was something I was wondering that this is Chad's question of the week here for our bonus segment. Question of the week, something I haven't done in years, but whatever. I just wanted to see what you guys thought of this. There are two twins at my
Two individuals? Or
two individuals.
Okay.
Novak, and you have twins, so you are an expert in this subject matter. Right. At my son's preschool. I'm going to tell you their names, and I want to get your thoughts on their names. Two boys, identical twins. Here are their names. One of them is named Charlie, and the other one is named Christopher Jr. Thoughts?
Why am I having thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Isn't that... Don't you think that's fucked up? That one of them is a junior? Okay, we could cut that out.
No. I think what he's saying is like one of them...
Like that's an honor or something?
Yeah, one
like
of them's getting the honor of being...
That's not the fucking honor. That's the worst. You don't want that
Yeah.
named after your piece of shit dad.
Al Jr. No, I'm not a big guy. Now, this is not to disparage anyone who's a junior. I know it's a big thing in a lot of families that they pass the name down.
Stupid.
I just want my kids to have their own name and personality. Like to me, it's like projecting my own self.
And the
onto,
name
like,
does
my son.
correlate with the personality. If you named him Nick Jr., he would have your personality.
Yes, he'd become exactly like me.
Clearly, this dad just had always been set on having a son with his name, and then came up with two and wasn't going to be assured to have like a single son later. So we had to get it in.
What I think would have been cooler is if he named like the first twin out Christopher Jr. and then the other one was Christopher the Third, the one that came out like 2 seconds.
That's a George
later.
Foreman situation, right?
Yeah. Or you could name him Christopher, but like spell it different. Like one is with a K and one's with a C. That wouldn't have been confusing at all.
CJ.
All right.
Siege. All right.
That's Chet's question of the week. I thought it was fucked up. Go ahead, Geiger.
Okay. Well, that's our bonus segment. Now, here comes another segment we'll probably cut. It is time, once again, to decide who we're going to fuck, who we're going to marry, who we're going to kill. This is Fuck, Marry, Kill. So, I'm going to name 3 people, different combinations of 3 people, and you guys have to make sweet love to one, viciously murder another, and settle down to a happy wedded bliss with another. Well, it doesn't have to be happy. You could just hate them, but it's fine.
Right.
All right. So we always start with food mascots. So here are your 3. We've got Charlie Tuna.
Christopher Tuna Jr.
All right, can't cut it now.
we've got Charlie Tuna, Jangley Cow, and Charlie Tuna, the Gorton's Fisherman, and Lefty. Do you guys know who Lefty is?
No.
Nope.
The hamburger helper mascot, the big glove.
Oh,
the face.
Yeah.
So Charlie Tuna, Gorton's Fisherman, Lefty. Novak, I'm going to stick the dealer here and make you go first.
Okay. I actually grew up, one of my best friends when I was a kid, his dad's name was Charlie, and nobody knew that. Everybody in his life called him Tuna. Like
Was he like a big guy, like Big Tuna?
No, he just had like a long, like a ZZ Top kind of beard.
Yeah, gills.
Yeah, gills.
A dorsal fin.
He was originally from Atlantis.
Charlie Tuna is kind of funny looking. Got a big old grin on his face.
He's kind of stylish too, right? Like corn rim glasses and a chapeau kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess you could call that stylish.
He looks like a director.
Clothes, but
Yeah.
Gordon's Fisherman. I gotta look up Gordon's Fisherman.
Just an old man with a rain jacket.
I was like, I swear we've done Gordon's Fisherman and Fuck, Marry, Kill before, but maybe not.
I look, maybe.
No, we probably haven't. We probably haven't.
Gordon's Fisherman looks like fucking Ernest Hemingway or something.
Yeah, no. My favorite Gorton's Fisherman story, real quickly, I think Novak and I mentioned the mascot basketball game we went to one time. There was all these different people dressed up as different mascots playing a game of basketball at halftime of a Bucks game. And one of them was the Gorton's Fisherman, which is an old man in a rain jacket. He's just sitting at the end of the bench looking around while like fucking Ronald McDonald is fucking dunking through his legs and shit. So
maybe that's what I'm thinking of, because I'm just like, we've talked about Gordon's Fisherman on the pod before, but I think it's that story.
I'm gonna kill the sentient hand.
This shouldn't exist anyways.
Look, there is one reason you might want to fuck him. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. He also has like kind of a weird voice. Like I know even if he's jerking me off, like his face is up against my dick. Like that's
yeah. You know who's a real cool dulcet tone is Charlie Tuna. He's fucking Morgan Freeman of the sea.
I'm going to marry. I'm gonna marry. I'll fuck Charlie. He's stylish, I guess. And Gordon, I'll marry Gordon's Fisherman because he'll probably be out on fishing expeditions and stuff, so he won't be around as much anyway. So.
You want to marry someone who's around as little as possible.
Yeah, if it's fucking Gordon.
If it's that or marry a sentient glove, I guess I would probably do that too. Chad?
Disagree on all 3 counts here. I think I'm going to fuck the hand, and here's why. Because...
Explain why.
First of all... No bones. No, but I like that the face is in the hand, because then while he's jerking me off, I don't have to listen to his bullshit. He can't talk anyways, right? Like, is it? Yeah. Shut the fuck up and jerk. That's how that's gonna go.
Jesus, what a conscientious lover you are. Oh yeah, baby, shut the fuck up and jerk my dick. Excuse me. All right.
So fuck the hand. I am gonna kill the fisherman. He's probably responsible for all of the overfishing, right? He seems like the kind of guy that would like just trudge a net across the bottom of the ocean and to destroy
Gordon's
the coral
fisherman
reefs
is a
and shit.
one-man ecological disaster. It's just him. He's just fucking scooping out the Mariana Trench by himself.
No one fishes in the Mariana Trench.
Gordon does.
I'm gonna go fish in the deepest part of the world. And like he's old, he's gonna die anyways, and like yeah, he probably sucks. And then Charlie Tuna looks like a fun guy. I think I want to spend the rest of my life with him. You know, he's got a lot of personality, very stylish, as we've established.
I just thought lefty to fuck because you can have a blowjob and a hand job at the same time. Like,
I'm not sure
pretty
how
unique.
that physically. I mean,
he just sticks his mouth out like, oh, and then like, you guys can't see it on the podcast, so I went like this, oh, and I opened my mouth.
he just very accurately demonstrated how a sentient hand would do that.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Next grouping. Seinfeld characters.
Mm.
Jerry Seinfeld himself, of course. George Costanza and Kramer. So, Chad, Jerry, George, and Kramer. Who you marrying?
Boy,
Three
oh
buxom
boy, oh
lasses
boy.
all in a row.
Yeah, all three of these guys would get on. I don't want to marry any of these guys. They'd all get on my nerves one way or another. Also, I'm not like a 18-year-old woman, so I don't think Jerry's interested in me. I guess it's a Jerry Seinfeld character, not the actual
Jerry
Seinfeld
Jerry Seinfeld,
person.
noted pedophile on the most famous comedy of all time.
Okay, all right. So it's the character.
She's 16.
So I was at the local schools. What's the deal with security guards? So,
What is the deal with age of consent laws?
what's the deal with Chris Hansen asking me about these wine coolers? Anyway, so if we're just so that helps the context. If we're talking specifically only about their show characters,
Yeah.
that helps because we can throw out like Kramer's
Right.
racism and stuff like that. We don't have to take that into account. In that case, I am going to kill George Costanza because he would like he's so like nitpicky and like he would just annoy the shit out of me. I couldn't do any of the other things. I'm going to fuck Kramer because I think he would be the wildest ride, right? He always has like zany antics going on in his apartment. It's like glowing red or whatever the fuck is happening, right? And then, I will marry Jerry because he just seems like the most stable life, like, you know, kind of like he's got a good job and like the other people are more crazy around him.
Yeah, I had already decided before Chad went, and he pretty much gave the exact reasons.
Mm-hmm.
That one seems pretty cut and dry.
Mhm.
I'm going to double up on that.
Okay. I think that makes sense. I would agree with your assessment there as well. Okay. Country music stars. We've got Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, and Dolly Parton. So Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Dolly Parton. Old school country, I should say. None of this newfangled bullshit.
This one, let's see. I think the only one I find attractive.
No, come on.
It's Johnny Cash.
I'm not sure even how objectively handsome either of the guys are, like even as younger men.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash, a little wild, a little druggy, using for my personal
Willie
speed.
Nelson never used any drugs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Willie Nelson spent most of his life fucking high out of his mind.
I think he was high. Like, right, I can deal with the like calmer,
The stoner
drug use
stuff.
where Johnny
It's not like
Cash,
alcoholic,
right.
like angry,
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
And he does seem like a gentler man than
Mhm.
Cash was.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna marry Willie. I think that could be a nice, calm, peaceful life. And then I will unfortunately have to kill Johnny Cash.
Of all the Novak I loved before.
His hands are working.
These hands are working. They're blowing you while they're working. It's the hamburger helper hands. That's what that song's about. I'm close, not totally in line. I will kill Cash. I actually find his music obnoxious. I don't like. I find his voice annoying. I don't like his
Wow.
music.
You
at
don't
all.
like Johnny Cash's music at all?
His voice is
hot
annoying.
take.
It's the
He is
most.
Ring of fire. It's just like, shut the fuck up.
Well, I will say if that's what it sounded like, it would be annoying. I can say.
What the fuck was that? Is that Johnny Cash as a hand being smashed against the dick trying to sing Ring of Fire?
Johnny Cash, apparently the beggar from fucking Men in Black.
You ring of fire. Yeah. So, and I don't think he's, even as a younger man, I think he was an uggo. So I'm not gonna like fuck him. So yeah, he's dying easy. I will marry Dolly Parton. Here's why. I guess her.
I had a stroke today.
The jangle tears a hole. The cow's limbs seem to bend.
I will marry Dolly Parton. I just read her husband just passed away recently.
Oh,
R.I.P.
so now she's available.
Man, let the body cool, you fucking prick.
That's not where I was going with that.
Yo,
But
Dolly, I hear you're single. Let me see them things.
you make a good point. But they were married for like 60 years or something like that. And they seemed like she seems like the kind of person that you could have a good long relationship with, and bear yourself in the boobs many times over the years.
I think Fuck, Marry, Kill should have the caveat of you not fucking the married. Like
You have a loveless marriage?
I don't know. It's just it's the problem with the idea of fucking.
No, but I do think she's the best of the best long-term partner of these.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that means they just have to fuck Willie Nelson, which probably he's on acid anyways or something, so it's going to be a while.
And her husband should be buried in a few days, so you should be good to
go. And I'll be standing over the grave with a ring to propose.
You just turn around and get on one knee and start singing Johnny Cash to her to woo her.
I proposed with this ring of diamond.
I will say, like, for everything I've heard, she is like the nicest person of all time.
Yes.
Like, she's one of the sweetest, most lovely celebrities
and
you ever meet.
Free tickets to Dollywood whenever you want to go.
And them fangs. Anyway,
the things being the rides at Dollywood, is that?
Yeah, no, the roller coasters.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. All right, moving on. Next three, movie monsters. Okay, so we've got Dracula, Frankenstein's monster. I'm not going to say Frankenstein, so you guys don't do the whole technically the professor is Frankenstein. Fucking nerds, I know you guys. And the Wolfman. It's the last one. So Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, Wolfman. I think this is Chad starting.
Technically, it's Wolfman's monster.
Technically, it's Wolf's man. So
technically, it was Dr. Wolfman.
He's Dr. Wolfman. He's my therapist. Yeah. Well, technically, Wolfman. He's got a terrible voice. He's like, go down into the ring of fire.
Okay, this one's kind of tough, I think, because there's two I want to kill, but I am going to kill Dracula. I have said this many times on this podcast. I am over vampires. I don't think vampires are interesting. Stories with vampires are not interesting. I'm very bored by vampires. Get rid of vampires. Too many vampires in media today. Kill Dracula. So that's the first choice for me. Then it becomes tough because I don't really want to marry the Wolfman. I also don't really want to fuck him either because it feels like he'd be a little rough. But I think that's just the option I'm going to have to take. Because Frankenstein's monster, pretty tall, could get things off high shelves for me. So I'm gonna marry Frankenstein's monster.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna kill Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like an animal.
It's like an animal, and I don't mind killing animals. You know,
I think the thing you guys are forgetting.
Shed and put a bullet in the back of his head. It's fine.
Well, I do mind fucking them.
Well, okay, but he's only the Wolfman during a full moon. You don't have to fuck him. Like, you just don't fuck him once a month or something.
Wolfman's limbs aren't jangly enough. Let's be honest. He's not going to get me hard.
He's a regular guy most of the time.
I hesitate to marry Frankenstein's monster because every time I sing Ring of Fire, he's going to be scared.
That is something you do all the time, yeah.
Plus, he gets crotch grabbed.
So I'm going to have
Check the
to fuck him. As we've mentioned before, he does have bolts to hang on to.
Yeah.
Yes, he has bolts to hang on to. Check the archives.
He's got huge cum gutters, too, I bet.
And Dracula is fairly well-to-do. Like, he lives in a castle. You know, you're gonna have
well,
you can move right in.
Like a gold digger over here.
It's turnkey ready for me. So get right to the castle.
Turnkey ready.
Look, I'm marrying Dracula to support my lifestyle.
So I'll marry him.
You're like one of those like Playboy bunnies that would like marry Hugh Hefner or whatever. It's Dracula.
Can you believe I went out with Dracula and he took me to Cheesecake Factory? Like, oh man, he's well to do. All right, couple more here. We're now moving on to famous puppeteers. So you've got Jim Henson. Everyone knows Jim Henson.
Is there anyone besides Jim Henson?
Well, Jim Henson. Famously, he made the Muppets and Sesame Street and did the voices of many...
literally every puppet that we see in America today.
Pretty much, yeah. Like the founding father of modern puppeteering. Frank Oz, who worked for Jim Henson, was famously the... I think he did... Yoda. What was his main character? I can't remember.
Voice.
Yoda, that's it. I was trying to think of it. Yeah, he did Yoda, and he did a number of others from Sesame Street and the Muppets. And, of course, Paul Fusco.
I know.
Is that the guy that does Elmo?
Alf. Yeah, he does Alf.
Paul Fusco, the guy who does the voice and puppeteering for 80 sitcom star Alf.
You knew that already, Novak?
Well, I was fucking waiting for Alf this entire goddamn segment.
When I said puppeteer, you should have figured it out.
Yeah, I should have.
Did he do anything besides Alf, or is that it?
He's mostly famous for Alf. Mm-hmm. He did the voice.
Did he do anything besides
Alf? Is his life mostly just Alf related?
He was in There Will Be Blood, I'm pretty sure.
He hasn't worked in 40 years. I eat your cats. I eat them up. Ha!
There will be Alf.
There will be Alf.
I've got a Melmac in me.
I've abandoned my planet.
Yeah, I don't think you guys knew this, but after Paul Fusco, it was Daniel Day-Lewis in the live action Alf movie. I don't know if you saw that.
Saying all the lines from a different movie.
All the famous movies he's been in. 407 elves ago. He was Lincoln,
So
right?
The last of the Melmacians.
Alf?
So it's just three. I've never seen these other two. I gotta look up Frank Oz.
Yeah, he's pretty hot. He was actually. Did you see Knives Out, the movie?
Oh, yeah.
He was, I think, the lawyer, the guy with the glasses, the old guy with the glasses.
Okay, yeah, he looks like a standard old.
Yeah.
Paul Fusco.
Jim Henson, hairy as fuck.
Ooh, Paul Fusco.
He was a handsome man when he was young, I think.
He's got subpar cum gutters, unfortunately.
The problem with Paul Fusco is he kind of looks like the type of guy that would be an Alf puppeteer. So that's a bit of a problem. Man, Henson never fucking shaved a day in his life. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's a little...
Trim that goddamn beard, dude.
It was the style of the time.
Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to kill Fusco. He
I
brings
knew
the
it.
least to the table.
He brings Elf to the table.
All I'm gonna get from these, like, all the enjoyment I'm gonna get is these guys doing their various like characters.
That is cool. Like,
Right.
like, what if you fucked Henson and he just was able to be like Elmo and Cookie Monster and Big Bird all at once? That'd be pretty fucking
Elmo.
cool.
I don't think Henson did
Did he-
Elmo.
I-
I think Elmo came around after he died. And
in my
spit on
head,
his
I was
grave.
thinking of Grover.
He's the
but,
Muppets
yeah.
more, not Sesame Street.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like Kermit, I use Kermit's voice.
Fuck me, Novak. That's a bad Kermit.
What was that?
This has been a good ep for awesome impressions of people.
Someday we'll find it. Rainbow connection. That's my Kermit, you guys. It's Kermit that was saying that.
It's not easy being green.
Are you sure you're Jim Henson? Yeah, I am. Now get your head back down.
Why does your beard look like it's taped on with glue? Shut the fuck up. Jim Henson.
The guy's so worried. The guy is so worried about looking like Jim Henson to get ass that he tapes a beard on. Everyone knows Henson groupies are fucking dirty.
They'll blow you while they jerk you off. Now get down there, Handy.
Get down there, piggy.
I've been scared away from fucking Henson in the last 30 seconds. So I'll marry him and I'll fuck out.
It's just Chad with a taped on beard doing my Henson impression.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. Paul Fusco, an easy kill. No question about it. I always kill the Alf option right away. So that just leaves the other two. I think Jim Henson probably it seems like he has he has a lot of varied characters. He has a lot of creativity since he came up with all that stuff. That might be fun to spend the rest of my life with. And fuck Frank Oz, I will. That's my Yoda impression.
Oh boy!
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was probably the best one we've had. I gotta be honest.
Mm-hmm. Fuck Frank Oz, I will. That's my Yoda. Use the Force, Luke.
Ignore my beard, you must.
Do or do not if you get my drift. I have to go home soon. All right. Last grouping. As I always do, I ask my wife and two kids for a celebrity. So, my wife said Reese Witherspoon, actress, of course.
Speaking of Johnny Cash, she was in that Johnny Cash
Yeah.
movie.
Yep.
That
She's
a
also
movie
was,
I hated. I'm going to say that, unsurprisingly.
okay.
I was very bored by it.
And she also famously at one time married to my wife's high school crush, Ryan Philippe, who we've done in this segment as well.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter said Sabrina Carpenter. Basically, every time my daughter says something, you're going to have to look up the latest pop star because that's all she ever. And my son stared at me. He goes, "What?" I said, "Name a famous person." He goes, "Any famous person." I go, "There's a million of them."
Does he not remember the 30 times you've asked him to do this before?
So he goes, Donald Trump, and he walked away.
Oh,
So-
okay. So let's just take this to a fucking marry between Sabrina Carpenter and Reese Witherspoon
Yeah.
here.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Who's up first?
I think it's you.
You.
Okay. Oh, man. So this is tough because Sabrina Carpenter is beautiful, but she is also like 20 years younger than me, which is now we're kind of getting to the point where maybe I shouldn't be like, yeah, I want to fuck her too readily on something
Yeah,
that's
we're just
recorded on the
getting
internet.
to that point.
Look at all this growth you've had.
They must be Ariana Grande or older for me to readily declare that. Reese Witherspoon is a beautiful woman. I've always thought she's quite attractive. and she's more age appropriate for me. So I will fuck Reese Witherspoon. I will marry Sabrina Carpenter because she seems like I'm not too familiar with her music, but people like her. She seems talented. She probably has like a long career ahead of her, and she can be I can be her. She can be my sugar mama. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's a tough one because Sabrina Carpenter is way too young, but Reese Witherspoon seems like the age that I would marry somebody.
Well, that's true.
Seems to be no way out of this.
Look, it's my daughter's fault. No
All right,
one's
fine. Marry Trump. You forced my hand, okay?
So I will marry Reese Witherspoon, and then the last one. Sabrina Carpenter, drink her milkshake, I will.
All right, well, that was Fuck, Marry, Kill.
All right, so this is the Akkoha Soufael, the snow milk chocolate. I could read nothing on here. I had to use Google Translate to find the name of this. It is similar shape to the first one, but more like an oval-looking moon pie thing. The outside looks like what do you think is that? What is that similar to the outside? Like one of those Star Crunch things?
HPV. Oh yeah, Star Crunch.
It does have like Rice Crisps and the chocolate all on the outside.
Can you tell what the middle is?
No.
Seems marshmallow-esque.
I mean, the picture has I think sticks of vanilla, right? And a pot of milk. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
So by that, I concur that I don't know.
So I think I'm expecting chili.
Unfortunately, there's like a little kind of a film between the chocolate and the inside.
Do you think Al just really liked chocolate milk? That's why he was just asking you to get him some chocolate milk from the fridge. Could that have been it?
That's probably it.
I mean, it does explain his porn addiction, but yeah.
Mystery solved. I think I can explain the porn addiction. He has a penis.
He has a penis and was told there was porn.
Yeah.
It was the mid-'80s and there were no cell phones.
Can you just imagine like going to someone's house and rifling through their VHS cabinet for a porno?
It was the 80s. If you wanted porn, you had to get a job as a babysitter, neglect that job, rifle through someone's closet, hope they had illicit porn.
All right, let's see. We got A Few Good Men, Flight of the Navigator.
And watch it at 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Backdoor Beauty 7.
If he went looking, my dad's the guy who looked like he probably had a good porn collection, so he's probably like, you got kids? I'll watch them.
Did you have guys lining up outside the door to watch you? Every word got around. Al's like, he's got all the porn.
Just some 50-year-old man with tattoos. I'll watch your son.
Was that Kermit?
Yeah, that was good.
Heard you got that good collection. I'll watch your son for you.
Jim Henson's kneeling down below the windows of my door. Hi.
Hey.
Don't mind this taped on beard. I want to watch porn.
Mind if I bring my girlfriend? He like Frank Oz comes in with Miss Piggy. He just starts filleting the puppet on your couch.
Wait, did Jim Henson put a fake beard on Kermit?
No, it wasn't Jim Henson. He was wearing a fake beard.
It's me, Jim Henson.
Don't mind me. Just here to see the dangly cow porn.
That's my Kermit puppet below me, controlling me.
Who is this show for? There's no cameras here.
This is unrelated to Jim Henson, but in the topic of porn now versus like in the 80s, I was wondering the other day actually if I have seen more breasts than like like my great grandfathers and like many
say yeah.
generations.
I'd say you've seen more breasts than all of our great grandfathers combined.
How many generations do you have to add together before you get to the number of breasts I've seen?
I've seen more tits than the greatest generation collected. They went off to war seeing a titty.
Did you ever wonder that? Okay.
But the next generations will pass us by easily.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give them a run for their money.
They have a lot of years on it, though.
That's
They
true.
beat a lot of non-porn years.
I've got them beat in Blurkled Spice Channel nipples, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
They're never going to catch me on that number.
That's true. No denying that.
All right. Okay, I'll write this. It's me, Jim Henson.
Wait, hold on. When did Novak grow a beard? Oh, that's Jim Henson.
Oh, wait, that's Kermit. That's just
That's
Kermit.
Kermit.
Kermit's famous
I
beard.
heard you had a redheaded porn called Ring of Fire. I
Yeah.
think this is my favorite of the flavors.
It's actually called Jim Henson's Monster. Kermit's real name.
Jim Henson's monster. Remember when Sweetums just got backdoored all the time? He had this flaming asshole. Dum dum dum. Who wants it? Whoa. Okay.
I got a gaping asshole. Home to door.
Oh, hold on. I'm actually Jim Henson. He just holds up a beard in front of his hairy face.
This is the flavor I like the best. Or I like it better than the first one. This one's hard to rate. I really want to like this.
Then do.
Yeah.
Like
Follow your dreams.
No one's telling you can't.
the flavor is not bad. But man, like I can't get past that weird film that's between the chocolate and the marshmallow inside. And I wish the marshmallow inside was a little more flavorful, like a stronger vanilla flavor or something.
By weird film, do you mean There Will Be Blood starring Alf?
Bit of a weird film. There will be cats.
A lot of these characters, but there will be blood.
This is a fun movie to quote.
I'm an oil man. Ha!
Yoda was in it before too. Anakin, abandon your boy, you did. I'm gonna give this an indifferent to that. It's just I was disappointed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Milkshake, I drink it up. Wait, what'd you give it, Novak? Indifferent, you said?
yeah.
This was fine. Yeah, we can tell we're really locked in on the snacks tonight. This was fine as I try to think of another There Will Be Blood quote.
Babysitters travel in packs to hide their numbers. Oh, okay.
What is that from?
From Star Wars.
The babysitters.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
May the porn be with you.
Jerked off to porn, Al did. Look in your heart, you know it to be true.
Luke, I am your father. Now stay here with the babysitter. He's going to watch the porn while I can rule the galaxy.
General Tarkin's coming over. He's going to watch all that sweet porn I have.
They don't call him Grand Muff Tarkin for nothing. He likes the muff.
Yep. Darth Vader always seemed like a real jovial nickname giver. Oh, this guy's a real koozo.
Hey, you're Moff Tarkin now.
Your Excellency, I prefer not to. He's just like force joking him. You're now Grand Moff Tarkin, I said.
And you're gonna be Emperor Palpoontang. That's what I'm calling you now.
Isn't that right, Jizz Bucket?
Darth Vader was just autoerotic asphyxiating people.
We got Boba Fett fetish over here.
Your lack of faith disturbs me. Now come in your pants.
What?
Well, he's choking him, so he comes. That's autoerotic asphyxiation. You know, the guy doing the choking doesn't get off.
I'm removing your airflow. Now start jerking it. Uses the
Okay,
force
right
to
there.
bring
Okay,
guys
Okay,
down.
but Jesus Christ. This is becoming the worst fanfic of all time. Luke, these Ewoks are just the right height. I will say this was fine. It was, Novak, it was kind of hard to rate. That weird film is kind of like weird to like bite through. This is like the bad kind of marshmallow. And the first one I said it had like a nice cream to it. I think this one is like spongier and kind of just weird. And I'm not a huge rice in chocolate kind of guy. I never really liked the crunchy. So I'm going to actually say it's a low level indifferent. It's fine, but I was not a big fan.
Probably not going to win, but Chad, what do you think?
I don't know. This one is interesting. I liked it a lot at first. The first like couple bites. It started to go south kind of the more I got into that marshmallowy cream, which I think if that had been like more like a sweet vanilla cream like we've had in some other bars or something like that, this could have been just an absolute home run. I am still going to give it a like that, but it's not my favorite of the day. That the best one today I think is the Smirk, which is going to win.
Yeah, Smirk takes the win here for
fair.
the day, just barely beating out the Konti. All right, Geiger, where can the listeners contact us?
If you're the family and friends of Jim Henson, we apologize. If you have a thing for Muppets, if you've ever seen Jangly Cow cartoons, if you are Al, reach out. Give us a life update. What are you doing? Just watching porn still? Exposing minors to porn again? Maybe don't give us an update. We probably don't need to know that.
If you are Al.
If you are Al, you're probably listening to this podcast.
It was Al Jolson, I forgot to mention.
Oh, very late in his life, I would imagine. I don't know the age gap between you and Al Jolson, the jazz singer. But was it Al Bundy? Maybe.
Was it Al Roker?
It could be Al.
Let's name Al's. Here we
Let's
go.
show his Fat Albert. Anyway.
Might have been.
hey, look at that jangly porn. Yeah, if you want to suggest a snack for the podcast, let us know what you think of our snack ratings. Ask us a question, all that good stuff. You can do that at You Tried Dat. You Tried Dat at gmail.com. We are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Let us know your general thoughts about the podcast. Leave us a like, a review, a star, anything you want to do if you do appreciate what we do. And if you think anyone in your friends and family would enjoy it, we would love it if you let them know about it. And as always, thanks for listening.
All right. You said Smirk was the winner. And all we know about our next steps is that Chad said there's some nasty shit coming up.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
I went back to the well of stealing some snacks from my work. So there's a lot of gross looking protein bars in there. But we did get some stuff that might be pretty good. My sister-in-law got some. She went to England recently.
Okay.
And came back with some snacks from there. So some of those might be all right. We'll see.
Okay. We'll be back next time. Trying to play Granny.
Deuces.
Yep.